We're here on the Bonneville County case number CR 1019-5609. Mr. Dewey is here on behalf of the prosecuting attorney's office. Mr. Crane is here on behalf of the public defender's office. We have in front of us Mr. Philip Schwab, who has been charged with murder in the first degree, a felony in violation of IDAHO Code 18-4001. First of all, Mr. Schwab, did you see a video advising you of your rights?
Yes, sir.
Do you understand your rights?
Yes, Your Honor.
I also note that you filled out the notification of rights form, and that you have signed the same on this date, June 25th of 2019. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
All right. The charging document indicates as follows. It's a murder in the first degree, a felony in violation of IDAHO Code 18-4001. That the defendant, Philip Michael Schwab, on or about the 23rd day of June 2019 in the county of Bonneville, state of Idaho, did willfully, unlawfully, deliberately, with malice aforethought and premeditation, kill Kaylynn Blue, a human being, by stabbing her, thereby causing her death. The possible penalties are the death penalty, life imprisonment with a minimum of 10 years, $5,000 compensatory fine, and $50,000 fine along with restitution. So are you aware of that charge against you and those possible penalties?
Yes, sir.
Right. Now, you did not fill out the form requesting the public defender, is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Are you going to represent yourself, or are you going to seek your own legal counsel?
I was going to plead no contest.
Well, we're not at the point where we can have you plead at all. I just need to know what you're going to do as far as legal counsel is concerned. Are you going to represent yourself?
Your Honor, if I might interject myself.
Yes, you may, Mr. Crane.
Mr. Thomas from my office has already met with Mr. Schwab, you might recall. In reviewing the background check and some of the information that was compiled by Pre-Trial Services, it looks like the monthly income is around $125 a month. That's from Social Security. So given the nature of the charge and that information, I'd ask on behalf of Mr. Schwab that the court appoint Mr. Schwab, the public defender, that Mr. Schwab be required to fill out the application so that we can follow that up to make sure that the file is complete. But I think that it would be appropriate, given my understanding of Mr. Schwab's situation financially and some of the other issues he has going on. So I think the court would be justified in appointing my office.
All right. I am going to do as recommended by Mr. Crane, and that is, Mr. Schwab, I'm going to require you to fill out the application for the public defender's office. And then based upon the information I've been given, I'm going to appoint the public defender's office to represent you. Now, there are certain requirements for an attorney to represent you in a death penalty case, as you understand, and it may be that the public defender and the courts will go outside the office to get a death penalty certified attorney on your behalf. And if in fact that's the case, I believe Mr. James Archibald is one that we would consider for the case. But nevertheless, he's not appointed at this time, but I am appointing the public defender's office to follow up with whatever needs to happen on your case at this point. You're being held without bond. In other words, you cannot bond out at this time. At some later point, if there is a motion filed by your attorney, then that will be acted upon at a different point. But at this point, you're being held without bond. So do you understand that, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Now, Mr. Crane, is there anything else you'd like to add at this point?
Not today, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Dewey, is there anything you'd like to add today?
I think I'm okay, Your Honor. Thank you.
Just one moment, please.
Your, I guess I would just ask if the court is planning on setting that preliminary hearing date.
Yes. Yeah, the preliminary hearing in this case will be July 9th at 1:30 p.m. And so that'll be the next time you'll be seen, Mr. Schwab. So without anything further, then that will conclude your portion of the case today, and sir, you can be excused.